We're on our way to western Iraq, past Baghdad and the concrete walls meant to keep ethnicities apart. In the Anbar province, poverty and chaos rule, a situation already in place under Saddam. On our way lies a notorious landmark, the Abu Ghraib jail. Until 2 years ago, this place was a hotspot for the Sunni insurgents against US forces. In Ramadi, the region's capital, tribal leaders have been discussing the results of the regional elections. The timid drive towards democracy has been replaced by new tensions in the fight for power and advantage. Sheikh Emma Abdul Shaba, from supporter of opposition to helper of the Americans. We hope that one day the Americans will stand down. But we must recognize the reality that we have to live with them for some time. Our police force is not yet sufficiently trained. Our army is good, but unfortunately there are just too few of us. The home of Sheikh Emma Abdul Shaba, one of the police and army guarded fortresses. On Ramadi's dusty, dirty streets, on patrol with local police forces in Iraq's one-time Wild West. We pass houses on the Badlands, former war zones, painstaking reconstruction, and the former Al-Qaeda headquarters in Ramadi. After the US invasion of 2003, these radical Sunni nationalists and Al-Qaeda waged a fierce battle against foreign troops. But this ended in 2006, when influential tribal leaders switched sides after the blind killings of Al-Qaeda. No, absolutely not. Never, never, never. I will not allow Al-Qaeda to come back into our province. This organization has left behind thousands of orphans and widows. Nobody will allow us to turn back or to allow Al-Qaeda to be Islamicized. The fact that our television is banned, the wearing of jewellery, the use of mobile phones, even smoking. If you smoke, they will cut your hand off, and if you say something wrong, your head. Sheikh Nouri al-Shalan was given the honorary title of the Great Warrior by his followers. He's a powerful leader and was mobilized as one of the first resistance against Al-Qaeda in Ramadi. Today, he's the warrior politician, using his political capital against Al-Qaeda. Back then, Ramadi was a ghost town. On the 21st of June 2006, we managed to track down an Al-Qaeda cell. There were 3 of us. We arrested them and handed them over to Allied forces.
سيارات خليها دزعنا مليانه على السياره ماكو والله حج محمد ما احنا كنا قاعدين جابنا هالزمن اعتقلنا ترى.
Among the arrested, there is a man with a pistol named Ala Rashid. Until his arrest, he was a terrorist. We ate together because he came with a gun, wanting to talk to us. He left, but after a few hours he came back. This led to a gunfight, and then him arresting me and taking me away with him. Sheikh Shalan spoke to a provincial election official after he sensed a seat-counting fix. We have here the first steps towards democracy. It was quite difficult, there was quite a mess, but we have improved things. God willing, it will get better and better.
نتمنى إن شاء الله تعبر الأمور على ما هو عليه.
Ramadi, 1st of September 2008. The American Over-Governor Mamun Sami Rashid of the Islamic Party, who were the big losers in the provincial election this year, formally move into office. A year earlier, the US celebrates President Bush's new Ramadi ally, Sheikh Abdul Sattar, the leader of the vigilante of Anbar. A few days later, Sheikh Sattar is dead, murdered by Al-Qaeda. Ahmed Abu Risha, Sattar's brother, continues his legacy. He is now leader of the vigilante known as the Awakening. The fact that his clan were notorious for attacking cars travelling between Baghdad and the Jordan border did nothing to diminish the reputation of its gang leaders. Abu Ahmad has visions. He dreams of Anbar as a new Dubai. There are many mineral resources, such as the gas fields of Akaz. If exploited, this means a big income for our region and others.
يكون مصدر ثروة للمحافظة وغير المحافظة.
We also have a plan for 100,000 jobs.
لدينا مشروع يوظف 100,000 فرصة عمل.
With his wealth built on American money, the Sheikh isn't tight-fisted. His large farm is just a part of the image, protected by guards from Sudan. But Abu Risha's property is watched by private militia. Indeed, not all of his neighbours share his vision. The entourage is celebrating 17% of the vote. The Risha's alliance, the Awakening, reached. In the fight against Al-Qaeda, the tribal leaders are building towards peace. The test comes now, after the election. We want democracy. We do not want the sheikhs and tribal leaders to govern our country. We do not want them to have their own army or their own laws to protect Al-Qaeda. No, this nation must finally learn rules of democracy and follow them. Bringing democracy to the people was one of the slogans of the journalistically advocated US invasion. By 2011, the tribal leaders want the Americans out, especially from Anbar.
بعد 2011 ما يمكن ما أعتقد لأنه الناس هو بالحقيقة
The truth is, if they had allowed us to become active earlier, then the Americans would have left earlier. If we had requested this, then we would no longer need their help. But there was no trust between us and them in 2004. 5 years and tens of thousands of deaths later, and Anbar still trusts the path of revolt over the policy of power sharing.